Hi everybody, it's Roel Hoekstra coming to you on a Friday afternoon. Hopefully you're watching this on Monday morning. I wanted to record a real quick video to touch on some of the stuff that we're doing right now to generate sales-ready leads for financial advisors. It's going to be about 15 minutes, and I want to go into a fair amount of detail about the exact process and the way we've revised our pricing structure to make this even more attractive to you guys. This video at the moment is only going out to people that I've talked with over the last 6 to 12 months. Give you an update on what we're doing. And there's definitely some time-sensitive information in here, so hope you get a chance to look at it. So with that, I'm going to take myself off the screen and dive into the PowerPoint. All right, so let's dive right into the crux of the matter here. All right, so what I want to talk about with you is generating sales-ready leads. And I know from conversations that I've had that where you want to be and where you are is not the same place. If it was easy to get there, you would have already done it. So whether you're a small firm doing a couple $100,000 or a few $1 million, or a big firm doing $100 million, growing your business requires generating consistent lead flow. And if it was easy, everybody be doing it. And the reality is I've sort of come across the fact that we really are trying to solve for a couple major obstacles. The first is just generating quality leads, right? Getting people who don't know who you are to pay attention to your information. Then the second obstacle that has to be overcome is turning those leads into prospects. Just because somebody interacts with your materials doesn't mean they're really a prospect. So we got to nurture leads, turn them into prospects. And finally, obviously, if you're not turning prospects into clients, then it doesn't do anybody any good. So I like to think that's serving prospects and turning them into clients. So those are the obstacles we're looking to overcome, and I want to step through here now pretty quickly how we do that, at least as it relates to starting at lead generation. So what is a lead? I get this question all the time. I think everybody that's going to has asked us at one point or another, like, what are your leads? Any good? Blah, 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 right? So what is a lead? And what I'm talking about here is a sales-ready lead. So a sales-ready lead is somebody that meets your ideal client profile, who knows who you are, they've engaged with you, consumed your content, and has expressed interest in what you're doing, and they show that expression of interest by providing you with their contact information. Now that's different than a prospect. So a prospect is obviously a subset of leads. So a sales-ready lead who wants to speak with you about their specific problem, that's what I call a prospect. When they want to know what you can do for them to solve that problem, the results that you can deliver, that's a prospect. So our process, and what I'm going to talk about in the next 10-15 minutes, is our process for generating leads. Okay, so let's look at this at a high level. The first thing we have to do is get the attention of your target audience. Now, through our targeting data, our audience information that we collected, all the advertising tools that we have, we know where they are, and I know who they are. So that allows us to creatively at their top issue, their problem, what keeps them up at night. And that's what gets their attention. Once we have their attention, you have to engage them with questions. And this is this is all really important, but I think this is one of the most important stuff out there right now. Engagement is about them. It's not about us. It's not about you in any particular way. It's about them. It's about their issues. So once they're engaged, you got their attention and they're engaged and they're paying attention to what you're doing, then you can educate them with relevant and customized content. And this is some of the stuff that we're doing very new right now, is really trying to deliver customized content. So we want to use their answers to generate customized content, and we want to show them that we can solve their problem and deliver the results that they desire. So the final step of that basic lead generation process, and this is sort of generic, so I say the offer is to deliver a low risk way to take the next step in the sales process. But that process is a series of conversions. So when we start with a lead, the first conversion, well, and it's not really on here. So the first conversion is to get them to click on an ad. The second conversion is to get them to consume the content on the landing page. The third conversion is to get them to trade their email address and phone number in exchange for the customized content that you're going to provide them. Obviously, then you have the ability to start a relationship with them and communicate with them by phone, by email, through other advertising, display ads, etc. All that's designed to generate a discovery call, to get them to say, all right, I'm now interested in talking to you. And then obviously from a discovery call, you're hoping to do some sort of a proposal, and then obviously getting them to got my notifications on, sorry about that, getting them to become a client. So information is the currency of the buyer's journey. And I know I've talked to everybody about this, but I want to do it one more time just because I think it's that important. It's important to understand the buyer's journey, right? So nobody is coming to you as a stranger off the internet to buy what you're selling in that moment, right? That final selection. No, they're responding to ads because you're poking at their problem, and they're either unaware that there are solutions to their problem, or they're aware of the solutions and they're trying to figure out how it's relevant to them in their life right now. How big is the problem? Can they solve the problem? So the marketing and lead generation has to focus really on those top four pieces. Get people in the market, make them understand that they have a problem, that they can wrap their hands around the problem, and then there is a solution to their problem. Then your marketing and sales, certainly more internal, right? Your marketing and sales is about helping them evaluate solutions, figuring out what's the right way to do it. Is it really worth it for them? And what are the terms to buy? So with each of those steps in the buyer's journey, we have to remember there is a yes fulcrum. So what that really is saying, that each of those stages of conversion, we're asking the prospect to do something. I'm asking you today to listen to this video, to give up 10 minutes of your time. So for you to do that means I have to overcome that cost. So what's the value that you're going to get from listening to me today? What's the value that your prospects get from consuming your content? So if I want to ask you to have an appointment with me at the end, that's a bigger hurdle. So you have to see the value in how it impacts your business, right? So we have to manage that yes fulcrum at each step of the way and be specific about what's the value that you're providing in each step of that buyer's journey. Otherwise, lead generation and marketing will fall flat. And it isn't the problem of the tools that you're using, it's the problem of the value proposition that you're going to market with. All right, so away from the theoretical here, I want to dive quickly into the process in detail that we are now utilizing to generate sales-ready leads for financial advisory firms. All right, so first step, generate a new lead. Sounds simple enough. We do it through advertising, primarily on Facebook. Facebook and Instagram, one and the same platform. LinkedIn is another one, and I can do two kinds of advertising on LinkedIn. One is a one-to-one connection kind of advertising, which is how I was introduced to everybody, I think, that's on this phone call or listening to this video. And the other is using LinkedIn specifically as an advertising platform. All are fine. The point is you got to pay money to get your initial message in front of your target client. So we want to be good at making sure that that gets done efficiently, that we get the message in front of the right people at the right time in the right place. What is it that we're doing? We want to be driving that traffic to a custom landing page. I wasn't as strict on this with some early on clients, and it didn't always work as well as I wanted, because you can't drive advertising dollars to generic pages, you just don't get the conversion you want. You have to take an ad, have it specifically focused on a problem, drive it to a landing page that addresses that problem and has a relevant and realistic next step in the process. So what we're using today, which I think are incredibly cool, are these custom decision trees. So you can call them surveys if you want, but I don't want you to call them surveys because they're a lot more complex, and they offer so much more power than a quiz does. So we call them decision trees. And we have built several decision trees around retirement planning, and that is an issue that gets people to resonate when we ask them, their issues around retirement planning. They click on the ads and then they complete these quizzes, right? So what we're doing as part of that is asking questions regarding their knowledge of investment and retirement planning, where they are in the process, how much money they've saved, whether they're working with a financial advisor. All these specific questions they answer, and then in exchange for their contact information, they get a customized results page that is really unique to the answers that they provided. And that's really the key, because that customized results page, answering the questions and then being offered the customized results page, is giving us much higher opt-in rates, like 10 times the opt-in rates that you're getting for generic or flat content like retirement planning guide. So what's the information that we're capturing? They get a the ones we've been working on so far, we're giving them a score, right? They can see how they did on that quiz, and they can see how they did relative to other people. And then they're telling us what's their top financial issue, what are the assets that they have, what's their retirement status, what's their sex, their name, email, phone number, IP address comes along for the ride. But what I'm saying here is that information is captured and passed on to you in real time. So here, this may be hard to see. It is hard to see, and I apologize. I'm not sure what I can do about it. Let's just see. Can I make it bigger? I'll make it bigger and slide this over. So here's the results from one of my clients this past week. So over the last 7 days, they're generating these leads. So you can see the date, phone number. Phone number is optional here. So not everybody provides the phone number, and I'm accounting for that when we do this. But I prefer to make it optional. The people that are providing phone numbers, I think their interest levels are higher. The people that aren't should be slightly more in a drip campaign. We'll find out what they're a man or a woman, right? Years to retirement. So where are they in the process? Slide that over. I hope you can all see this. Years to retirement. So some of these people are retired. Others, most of them are close to retirement, like within 5 years of retirement. Top issue that they're selecting: how to pay for retirement, how to protect your investments from loss. Protecting your investments from loss is the biggest one across the board for all the stuff we're doing. How to pay for retirement is number 2. Market volatility, broadly speaking, which goes along with how to protect your investments from loss, is really the issue that we're poking at. And then I ask them about their advisor source. So they manage their own portfolio, and this is they manage their own portfolio and they're happy. This is they get help from other sources. Here's manage my own portfolio, but that worries me. This is their financial acumen score out of 8, right? So 4 out of 8 would be 50. Here's their portfolio as they responded to the question. And you can see that it's reasonably good high net worth related people that are answering that. All right, so let me scroll that back down to normal size and continue. So the process, as I said, is to then take those leads and turn them into prospects. And that's something that we're going to work on by integrating the leads directly into a follow-up system in real time. So I strongly suggest using an email sequence based on that top issue, following up with phone calls as quickly as possible, and using integrated scheduling calendars to make it easy, the less friction to raise their hand and say they want to talk. But when we go from leads here, this group of people, to prospects, it takes nurturing. You have to, you have to work these folks and recognize that they've started the conversation by answering your questions and providing their contact information. It does not mean that they are ready to buy from you today, right? So then we have to go into the nurture sequence, and that's what creates prospects. So we have restructured the way we do this. So rather than doing advertising budgets and monthly retainers, just doing it on a per lead per month basis. So pretty straightforward. 50 leads, $65 a lead. 100 leads, $60 a lead. 255, 550, and that's all inclusive. So that includes all the advertising, the landing pages, the quizzes, the integration to your email platforms, and if you want to use platforms for sending out text messages, all that can be integrated in. So this is designed to fill the top of your sales funnel with qualified leads. There is a $2,000 one-time setup fee. I like to do this on a 12-month contract basis, but recognizing that generating leads is not for everybody. Everybody doesn't like it, so we specifically have a 3-month opt-out. So think of it as a 12-month contract with a 3-month trial period. All right, so that's that. Summary, the point here is to generate sales-ready leads in real time every day, and to be paying for that on a success basis or a per lead basis. And then we'll work with you to nurture those leads so you can turn them into prospects, and I'm happy to continue working with you. If your sales team needs some support to turn your prospects into clients. You're pretty much on your own, I think, for delighting clients to generate referrals. So here's the time-sensitive stuff. I would love to get 1 or 2 of new clients up on this platform this month. I know people are on vacation. I'm taking a vacation. But still, can get 1 or 2 started by July 30th. I will give you a $1,000 credit on the setup fee. This is going to be done on an exclusive territory basis because of the platform we use, both our technology and the lead magnets that are out there. I think it works better on an exclusive territory. So I just don't want to be sending the same thing out in overlapping territories. And territories, to me, are something we need to talk about. The bigger the better, because there is real scale here in generating leads over a reasonably big population. It doesn't work in Chattanooga, Tennessee. It will work in in Tennessee as a state. Maybe Tennessee is not right. Maybe throw Kentucky in there, right? So you need to have a big enough state. California, we're good. Texas, we're good. Florida, we're good. New York, we're good. I mean, we can definitely do that, but Mid-Atlantic is better than New York, right? So when you've got the ability to distribute content, nurture those leads, get salespeople to act on them, then this starts to make a lot of sense financially. So please Hope you're watching this Monday or Tuesday. Give me a call. Let's talk, or send me an email, rule@aquilapartners.com, and let's schedule a couple minutes to talk about how this lead generation funnel can improve your business. All right, thanks very much. Have a great weekend. Great July 4th holiday if I don't talk to you until after that. Bye.